you're like most people who are new to Limbic Arc, you've probably wondered things like, how does Limbic Arc work? And how can it improve my life? This short video should help answer these questions and more. Let's get started. It's common knowledge that everything is made up of energy. It's also known that our bodies physically respond to energy. Limbic Arc is designed to help facilitate that energetic response. Imagine you're having trouble sleeping at night. There are elements that many people find help them sleep better, such as lavender. We've assigned an energetic signature to lavender and added it to our vast virtual library. Limbic Arc allows you to access this and any other item in the library. When you select lavender in the web app, it runs its signature and directs it to you. Limbic Arc has collections of ingredients called info boosts for more than just sleep. You can run info boosts designed to address inflammation, help boost your immune system, help you focus, increase energy, and much more. Thousands of people have already felt the life-changing effects of using Limbic Arc every day.
Would you share with us how this technology works and how people are getting these results like they've been sharing already?
I'll take a crack at it here. The basic reason why Limbic Arc works, well, I guess there's a lot of foundational reasons, but we all live in a space that's called the 0 point field. And the 0 point field is it's kind of a theoretical place, but it's actually a solid theory. And it's based on the fact that everything has a field. Now, a field is a sphere of influence. And you have a sphere of influence, I have a sphere of influence. Everything in the world has a sphere of influence. Every country, every language, every form of mathematics, every tree, every automobile, everything has a sphere of influence, whether it's animate or inanimate. And all of these fields converge in this place called the 0 point field. And the reason it's called that is because if you sum everything in that field, it's going to sum to 0. Now, that doesn't mean that everything sums to nothing. What it means is everything is opposed in some way by everything else. And so I have a particular position in the 0 point field, and so does everybody else. And your position and my position is referred to as your energetic posture. And if your posture changes, the entire universe will accommodate your change because the 0 point field has to sum to 0. And so we've often heard that if you want to change the world, change yourself. That's not just a platitude, that's actually true. That's the way you change the universe. And that's really the only way you can change it. So you change your energy posture or you change your field and the universe accommodates you, and usually it will bring to you whatever your intent is, whatever your intention is. So you have to be careful what you intend. Well, it turns out that fields in the 0 point field communicate with each other, and we affect each other with an exchange of information. Information is what is conveyed by an arrangement of things. So if you take a book as an example, and you open the book up, and what it has on the page is an arrangement of things. You've got circles and lines and dots, and the arrangement, if you understand what you're looking at, will convey meaning to you. And you can actually read that book just by looking at the pages, and you will feel physiological changes occurring in your body. This transmission of information via the arrangement of things on the page will instigate physiological responses. You can be happy, you can be sad, you can cry. All of these things can happen just from looking at these shapes on the page. Everything then, every field in the 0 point field communicates via information. And we don't do it obviously at a conscious level. It just all happens at a subconscious level. which is really the part of us that's the smartest anyway. So the reason Limbic Arc works is because we have taken these principles and applied them with technology. And as you mentioned, you know, I've been doing this kind of stuff for, gosh, longer than you've been alive, Bob. Certainly longer than Daniel's been alive. But I got into it because of some allergies. I'll tell you that story if we have some time. But the thing that we've done is we've taken these principles of this 0-point field connectivity and the fact that information is really what's key. Information is really what drives our physiology. And we've developed a way to take a physical substance or an imponderable. I mean, you can take basically anything, and we can represent that virtually. And in so doing, we create an arrangement of things that will evoke a response similar to the actual substance it represents. We then put a group of those things into a database in the cloud, and it's called our library, the Limbic Arc library. And when you create an account, you go into that library, and because you're in your account, we know, I say we know, it's not like we know, but the system knows that when I instigate or when I'm in my account, it knows who I am and where to get a hold of me in the 0-point field. And so when I do a custom boost, or I just select items in the library and then push the activate button, it directs that information, the arrangement of things that's in the cloud, that information then is directed to me, and through what's called a field effect is communicated to me. I then pick up on that information, and because information is really what drives me, not only from a physiological point of view, but it's what drives me in every aspect of my life, I will respond to that information as it's appropriate. Now, the reason that can be significant, let me give you an example by telling you a story. So several years ago, I had a woman who came into my clinic, and she filled out the health history, and I sat down and we did an interview, and basically as we were going through the health history, all of her symptoms that she was complaining about pointed to scurvy. And so I started to ask her about her diet and about her vitamin C intake. And it turns out that she was eating great. She took plenty of vitamin C. She had plenty of vitamin C available to her, but for some reason, she looked like and acted like and was complaining of symptoms of scurvy. So I did a scan on her. I had a technology that we could run a scan, and the thing that showed the most positive response was actually vitamin C. And I thought, well, this kind of doesn't make sense because this woman's taking plenty of vitamin C. Well, I then turned to homeopathy. So I actually found a particular potency, and I want to explain all of this. But basically what I found was there was an energetic pattern of vitamin C that she positively resonated to. I then created for her an informational remedy. And when she started to take it, all of her symptoms went away. The only explanation that I can make for that experience was this woman's body, for some reason, lost the blueprint of what to do with vitamin C. And by giving her an informational remedy at the right potency, which means at the right, it was the correct instruction set, by giving her that, her body woke up and said, oh, that's right, that's what I'm supposed to do with vitamin C. And it started to use vitamin C in a more intelligent way. And when that happened, all of her symptoms went away. So information is sometimes the only thing you need. There are other times when, of course, you need vitamin C, but you also need to have the instruction set that tells you what to do with vitamin C. Usually that comes with the vitamin C, but in her case, it didn't apparently, or she had forgotten how to access it. So that's a long explanation, wasn't it, Bob? But that's how it works.
All right. Well, I have to say I am more than amazed because, I've been smoking for 45 plus years, and, I had a stroke that was not pretty. And, the doctors pretty much told me that you need to quit smoking. And generally, that would be a very big reason to quit smoking when your doctor tells you you need to quit. And that wasn't even enough. And I tried and tried, and it was just a bear. So I was just blown away when I added the now smoking boost. And, kind of crazy because like I said, I tried so hard and it just wasn't happening. And imagine my surprise when I put the no smoking on, and it was like I didn't even have to try. I have no desire to smoke, and it just blows my mind. It's like I said, it's I don't even know how many days, 7, 8 days now without a cigarette after all these years. And it just blows me away that it was so easy. It just did it, gone. And I just feel so blessed. And I'm already starting to be able to just kind of breathe. I mean, I always had a wheeze and a cough. And, when I would get even just an average cough, it would last so long. And I am just so humbled and so blown away as to how easy it was.
And when I first started, mine was very subtle, like Dr. Cook says, because I don't have any significant issues of any kind, but I'm very sensitive. So I'm very aware of my body, being a past professional athlete and a coach. So I'm very, very in tune with a lot of that stuff. And I've always been very holistic. So my subtleties were subtle. It wasn't until, so my favorite boost on top of the custom, it wasn't until I started to do the calm. And I didn't think I needed the calm because I'm pretty much in alignment with, different breathing exercises, meditation. I've got the whole, my whole course system going. Well, let me tell you, that calms the bomb. Because in 55 years, I haven't had a decent sleep, and I've been sleeping so good. I jump out of bed in the morning and I'm ready to take on the world. And I really, absolutely, I really benefit from the calm because of, but it definitely the foundation was the custom every 10 days. And then I add the calm daily. It's like, boom, I am just in heaven, absolute heaven. I envy anybody that's ever had good sleep before, because now I know what you're all talking about. It's amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's great.
Super cool. Calm is the bomb.
Calm is the bomb. Yeah.
Cool.
So I just wanted to chime in because I've been on these great calls with you all, and I see how everyone is really receiving such great experience from Limbic Arc. So I know if any of you have been following me, I've been having a lot of back issues, and I've had like 4 major surgeries, 1 hip, 2 in my neck, 1 in my back. And so I was in a lot of pain for about 3 years. And so I got tired of taking medication after medication and getting shot after shot. Nothing was really getting rid of the pain. And so when I was introduced to the Limbic Arc, I just felt immediate relief within 15 minutes. The discomfort was gone. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was something I had maybe moved incorrectly, or maybe because I sat in a better position, but that wasn't it. And I have just enjoyed it ever since. Not only did it help me with my pain in my back, but it also relieved a lot of the, I have acid reflux really bad, and it immediately relieved the acid reflux. So now I'm able to enjoy some of the foods that I couldn't enjoy before. But it's just been an amazing, amazing journey to be able to do a lot of the things that I couldn't do before. So now I'm walking more, and I am actually able to clean my house more now. And so I'm able to get out of bed without actually holding on to my bedpost, which was a real plus for me, because I felt like I was 75, and no pun intended, but I just felt like I was older than I looked because I had to hold on to the bedpost to move around. So just to be able to get out of bed and not have to worry about holding on to anything or anyone, and able to take my walks is just so amazing. And so a friend of mine, I did showed it to her, and she had the same experience, and she ended up joining. So it's amazing. It's an amazing technology, and I love it. I mean, I have never seen anything like it before. And just the fact that I have not had to use my pain pills or had to go back to using my acid reflux medicine at all has just been awesome.
Well, as I told everybody yesterday, I went for my yearly checkup with my eye specialist, and I was hoping to get some good results from it because I'd been on the vision thing for 3 weeks. Well, yesterday he told me that for the first time in 4 years, my vision is improving. It's always been declining every year. So now it's improving. So that's a really good thing. I'm sure my wife walks in now. But it was kind of emotional because I have keratoconus. And if you look up keratoconus, it's basically my sight is deteriorating. Okay, so at some point in time, I would go blind. And the only way to fix that would be through a cornea transplant. And even then, that doesn't necessarily guarantee it could happen. So yesterday he tells me, crap, why is this happening? Anyways, yesterday he tells me I have 20/20 vision back in my right eye, which I haven't had for a very, very long time. And I have a slight improvement in my left eye, right? And the only thing it can do, the only thing I can say can happen here, you guys, is this. This is the only thing. I even told him about this. And, you know, you get that kind of look from your doctor like, oh, okay. And then he said, whatever I'm doing, stay with it because it's working. So physicians out there don't necessarily know what this is all about, right? But this was big for me. Okay, over to you guys.
And first of all, I am super grateful to Dr. Cook because I'm getting my life back with Limbic Arc. I've got multiple health problems, and all-time favorites are custom energy and focus. It's like super amazing. And inflammation boost actually helped me get rid of excruciating pain after 11 years. I've got endometriosis, and I think it's only a sinner can get endometriosis. It is so painful. I got rid of that pain, and my vision is almost normal. It was 0.75, and now it's almost normal. And I use detox also because I had some problem in my kidney. I actually developed adrenaline fatigue. So I ran that, and I felt so good. All that was happening, you know, all the symptoms are almost gone after running detox. Right now, I'm on kidney support and kidney flash, right? Yeah, and it's flush, sorry. It's like amazing. Amazing is the word. And like Michelle said, spiritually also, I, experienced so much of spiritual high. I've had so many breakthroughs. So I think this is the most amazing thing that happened to me in 2020, especially after, 2019 was just crashed everything for me. And 2020 with Limbic Arc, my life just started to take off. So thank you so much, Dr. Cook, and thank you everyone over here.
Thank you, Trish.
Thanks,
that
Trish.
was awesome.
Hi, guys. I just quickly say this morning I was very anxious last night. I mean, Man, well, 8 o'clock, hurry up and get here because can't wait to get in and get that energy, love from everyone around the world. But anyway, I want to share about my diabetes. A little bit emotional this morning. I think Carl's going to be pretty happy. Since he told me off last week and since I've been on this Limbic Arc, I'm also trying to control my diabetes because I know I'm high risk for this coronavirus. So I've already isolated myself. So Friday I took my injection, and I know a lot of people are going to drop their jaws, and I was 20 point something. Then on Saturday I just watched what I ate a bit, and Saturday I took the same prick and it was 19. Sunday I took it and it was Friday was 20, Saturday was 19, Sunday was 18, and to us we're in Tuesday now, and it went to 17 yesterday. So every day it went down 1 point. Now I've done this before and it's always gone back up, you know? So I'm thinking here, and Susan doesn't know what my level is this morning because I always tell her. So I went to go and do this prick. I had 2 biscuits yesterday. I had a half a glass of juice. So, I'm still eating a little bit like I used to. And I did the prick and my heart dropped. I thought, oh my goodness, it's gone up to 22. What the hell's happening? Linda, turn your monitor around. It was 12.21 at 12.2. Wow, lucky for Linda. So I really believe, guys, this is not only the work from my stop eating. I think it's for a start all the energy from you guys. But I really believe Limbic Arc is helping my diabetes come down. 12.21. I have not been 12 for the last bloody good 1 year.
Well, you're going to live a little bit longer now, Linda, but you
Yes,
still got to
yes.
get down to below 8.
Yes.
Okay,
But
we got a lot of work to do still.
12.2, guys, that's magic for baby Boomer Linda.
Congrats. I was worried about her. She was up 18 to 20, you guys, and that's very, very dangerous.
Yeah. So Trevor is my partner. He goes to work in the truck, and now we're on shutdown. So I said to him, we have to talk about this. You cannot come in our house unless you do this. Go straight into the shower, wash, and then put all your stuff in the washing machine. I'll put it through the washing machine. Then he has to go back to work today, and I thought, shit, I better put him on that immunity thing. I went on there and I deleted them. I forgot because he made me angry. I deleted all his boosts. So I said, oh my goodness, Trev, come, shall we? I'll do your boost. And he goes, I do it tonight. And so I quickly went and put on immunity and that other one that we've got, Carl, but he hasn't got his custom boost. So I'll fix that tonight. So thank you for all the love, people, because I'm sure it's working. All that energy, positive energy, is healing in me as well. Cheers.
I met Corey Michelle back in the first part of March at a class that she brought here to Denver, Colorado, called Receiving Millions Being You. And I was invited by a girlfriend, and I had used the energy and focus boost so that I could really track with her all weekend, and it worked like a charm. I was super, super impressed, and that's when I was on my trial offer. So I knew enough about the technology, number one, but the results that I was getting spoke volumes to me. And so here we are, and was able to share it with other people, and including Corey, and she just fell in love with it. So I would love to introduce Corey Michelle. Corey is the founder of Unicorn CEO Method, which assists entrepreneurs in gaining access to their natural intuitive capacities in creating their dream life and business. Her work with the quantum field empowers her people from all over the world to access their energetic superpowers. And I have to say, mine are growing. So we're thrilled to have her with us tonight. She is originally from Denver, Colorado. However, she now lives in her dream home with her partner, Ben Kusel, and of course Mojo, their dog, in Noosa, Queensland, Australia. So please help me welcome tonight Corey Michelle.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad that that is what happened for you, Wendy, at that event, because when you're at an event in a room full of people, if you're energetically sensitive, you'll pick up on the frenetic energy of the room, and sometimes it can really take you out or make you tired or distracted and stuff like that. So when Wendy was sharing with me about that, I was like, oh, that's so cool that the app had that effect. But anyway, so as I don't know if the video is on me or if it's still on Wendy. It is? Okay, cool. So I obviously work with people in the quantum field, and I work with people's energy, and I work with people more from a mindset and being sort of space. And so years ago, I think it was about 15 years ago, I was working in the chiropractic field, and I learned about the SCIO machine, the SCIO machine, that it takes like 2 hours to scan your body, and then it can work remotely, pretty much either the same or very similar technology to the Limbic Arc. And I remember back then going, this would be so cool if I could get access to it, not for like $20,000, because the machines were like $20,000. And I knew I didn't want to be like a health practitioner, but I knew intuitively that this was really, really cool, because they were working on me from across the room, and it was just amazing. And I sort of had sessions with people over the years as I found people, and but never really thought too much about it. And what's so amazing to me is that I was, in my business, I do a lot of coaching, and I create programs and things like that for people to alleviate energies in their body so they become more harmonious and more congruent in their life and their actions. But I was like, the week before I found out about Limbic Arc, I was literally going, it'd be really great if there was a technology that could assist with the things that in our bodies that are incongruent, that are non-harmonious, non-well, so to speak. And it'd be really great to add that to my business. Well, lo and behold, Wendy introduces me to Limbic Arc, and I said, wow, that's exactly what I was asking for. It's exactly what I was tuning into. Because what I know, in the quantum space, the little that I know that we work with is when you can alleviate those things that are bugging you in life, right? So whether it's a health issue or not sleeping or energy or things like that, then your creation abilities and what shows up in your life just starts to exponentialize. So if I can add something to my client's world, it wasn't even about me, it was about my clients, that will ease their little nagging things in their world so that they can create more joy and more happiness and manifest more in their life. That's what I wanted to do. So I turned the app on, and within, you know what I did though? I turned too many on, which I would not recommend. But one of the ones I turned on was hers, and I felt it within 15 minutes. I was like, oh, that's nice. I don't know if anybody else has had that experience, but I definitely felt it, and I was like, wow, that was very powerful. So I played around with a number of them, and there were some I could definitely feel the difference right away. And then there was others that couldn't, that I wanted to. Like I really wanted weight to have me drop like 30 pounds overnight, but that didn't happen. Darn it. So I'm still waiting for that miracle, but I did turn weight off for a little while, and I just wrote these down. I did anti-aging, resolve, and inflammation all at the same time. That one, I wasn't expecting this, but all of a sudden my whole day was like, la, la, la. I was procrastinating on a few things, work items, and all of a sudden they were done in like minutes, and I thought they were going to take all day. And I was just like floating around like with butterflies and rainbows. And I was like, wow, that's really amazing. And I'll admit, like, my life is really good. Like, I've created a really great life for myself. So I don't have a lot of physical ailments or issues in my world. It's pretty good. So to take me from where I am, which is pretty good, to even better was awesome. Like, it was a really, really awesome result for me. And being able to see what it's been creating for you guys and everybody that the calls that I've been on and the testimonials I've been on has been like, holy cow, like this is revolutionary. So in my world, I was like, this is the future of wellness. Like this is it right here. So with the weight one, so I turned that one on for a few days. I'm on like day 4 or 5 right now. My hunger's gone down. My little snacky eating has gone down. And also my, where I sort of, you know, when you get distracted by food, right? That's the women I see, you guys are like, yep, we know what that one is. That started to subside, but that one took days. Like, so it wasn't the immediate result that I always am hoping for will magically happen. That one, I think and I would just suspect that my body was just getting acclimated to a new sort of way of being or something like that. I'd be curious to see what Dr. Cook or Vaughn would have to say about that. But that's been my experience so far, and I've just really enjoyed sharing it with people. And it's been so fun to hear the clients that I've put on it and the friends that I've put on the app, their experiences and their results really quickly. We had somebody whose inflammation in their stomach went away in seconds. I had somebody else within 24 hours had aches and pains in her body go away, just like the gentleman had said before. Ben put the sleep on right before he went to bed and went to sleep in 10 minutes, which sometimes really takes a long time because he's got thoughts and stuff in his head. So it's been really amazing. And I'm so grateful that Dr. Cook and and Ron and all of you guys put this all together in a way where it's so easily accessible. It's like on your phone, you can do this. It's exciting. It's very, very exciting to me. Anyway, I could probably talk about it for a long time, but I really want to hear what Ron has to say.
Hey, Corey, Ron's going to talk in a minute, and we can't wait for that. But if you would, just give us a little bit of your background. I know Wendy went into it a little bit, but, you know, what makes you tick? What is your why? Let's go into that a little bit, because I want our listeners, this is your first time on here and you're sharing the app, and that's really cool, but you're really interesting. We've been on calls before, so tell us a little about yourself.
All right. It's so funny always talking about yourself, right? Get a little nervous. So I've been in the consciousness industry world for about 22 years or so in personal growth and development. And I've been a facilitator of, like a coach or facilitator of people in their consciousness for about 10 years. And I started working with energy about 10 years ago. I started working with Ask and You Shall Receive. I started working with the energetics of creation. I started working with quantum mechanics. And what I've been able to really dive into, because it's truly the most interesting thing in the world to me, is how this universe is put together. And it's definitely not what we see. It's definitely not what we think it is. And I've had way too much magic happen in my world, which you might call nonlinear creation, where you can't quantify things. So you can't say, well, I did this and that equaled this, where we start bringing in different perspectives, and then all of a sudden what's in your life starts to change, right? So if for example, just taking this app for an example, resolving some, because I was using resolve, right? Resolving some hidden inner conflict in myself allowed a greater space of ease and happiness. And when you're being happy and being more relaxed, which is like ease, energy of ease, then everything in your life shows up differently, right? You have a different experience with road rage. You might not have road rage. You might have, an enjoyable time in traffic, if there's traffic. Right now, there might not be very much traffic on the roads, but your experience in life just starts to change. And so that's what all of my programs focus on, is having this level of energetic mastery where you're actually in the driver's seat, and we're no longer victims to the things that are happening in our world. So that puts us in the space of going, hey, what kind of life would I like to have and experience? What's my priority? And being able to consciously create that and allow everything that's not that to just fall away, so that You know, it's like your reticular activating system, right? When you, it's your system in your brain, right, that starts going, hey, what are you focusing on? And you say, I want a red Corvette. And then all of a sudden you see like 17 red Corvettes in an hour, right? Your reticular activating system is taking all the information that you're processing and focusing in on what's important to you. So when you start speaking what's important to you, you'll start seeing that in your field. So what I love about that is, you know, I say, oh, I think I'd like to add another technology to my business. And then boom, it shows up like this with you guys, that you guys have such a congruent value system as me. It was just like, yes. All of these yeses start showing up in your world that just make your life even better, filling it with awesome people and awesome opportunities and the resources that you require and the health and the happiness that we all want. There's nobody on the planet that doesn't want to be happy. There's nobody on the planet that doesn't want to have a life that they truly love, right? They may not think they can have it, but I think that this app can actually help with, and it seems like it's actually already been helping a lot of people in that way. Yes, we got a big yes over here. That's awesome. So in my business, I've been doing this in retreats and online coaching and stuff like that for about 10 years around the world. And so we have a global clientele that we contribute to with this sort of mindset and energy work. So,
awesome. Well, yeah, thanks for sharing. I just wanted to go a little deeper because there was more to it than just, hey, this app's cool and it's working for me. And thank you for sharing. I appreciate you being our featured guest on tonight on our Therapeutic Thursday. Well, morning for you, right? But yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome to have you on our program. Thanks.
Thank you so much for inviting me. And I just have to say, like, I was looking at a couple of different apps to be a part of because I knew I needed to add something. And when I sort of was tuning in and interviewing your community, and I was like, this is the kind of community is already what I'm creating, and this is the one I want to be a part of. There's other ones that aren't congruent, and we all know what that's like in our worlds. But I'm so grateful that you guys have set this all up in the way that you have. It's amazing. It's really amazing. So thank you.